Hello and welcome to today's tutorial. This topic is covering commercial policies written with Griffin Underwriting Services. My name is Carly Rom. I'm the marketing representative for Griffin Underwriting. Today's agenda will go over a little bit of history about Griffin Underwriting Services. I'll cover on some details the difference between admitted versus non-admitted, our top commercial products, some applications and quotes, binding requirements, our accounting practices, endorsements and certificates, renewals, cancellations, and then I have a contact list should you have any questions at a later time and need to contact us. So Griffin Underwriting was founded in 1928. We still are family owned and operated by the Griffin family. We were one of the first surplus lines brokers in our region to be granted binding authority by Lloyd's of London. We have just over 100 employees throughout 3 different offices. We offer solutions for personal lines, commercial lines, transportation, brokerage, and surety. Our offices are located in the Pacific Northwest, but we work in all 50 states, including the District of Columbia. So our mission, we exist to enable retail insurance agents as well as brokers to compete and win business that would otherwise not be able to write. What does that mean? We don't want business to walk out your door. If you have an insured come in and you're unable to write a policy for them, whether it be you don't have available markets to offer, maybe there's a claims history, maybe it's an unusual business, maybe they're new in business, and you're just unable to write that policy within your admitted market share, that's when you would come to us. We have non-admitted markets that we can offer. For your ability to write that policy for your insured. We offer a whole bunch of different markets at competitive pricing. We strive to be experts in our business. We are educators, hence these type of tutorials that we offer our agents. We try to be present and available, and we strive for excellence in every single department of our operations. So let's talk a little bit about admitted versus non-admitted. If you think about the whole market share sitting in a box on your desk, and inside that box is a ball. This ball is constantly expanding and contracting depending on what the admitted market share is doing. So when the ball is smaller, there's more space in the box. The non-admitted market share, where we reside, there's more markets. So inside the ball is where our admitted market agents reside. Outside the ball is where GUS is. Some typical characteristics for admitted markets: they are highly regulated by each state. This is pertaining to their forms and rates. The carriers are accountable for paying premium taxes as well as reporting to each state. The state guaranteed funds are available if needed. Carriers can provide direct support to customers. Agents are directly appointed to companies through which business is placed. And the licensing requirements for agents are typically pretty minimal. So for a P&C license, it's usually sufficient for most transactions. Agents can also accept business from or split commission with other brokers. Now looking to the right side of the screen, the non-admitted markets, the rates and forms are not regulated by each state. A surplus lines agent or broker is accountable for paying premium taxes and reporting to each state. Non-admitted insureds are not backed by the state guaranteed funds, and additional duties are originating agent and or surplus lines agent broker. These typically include documented due diligence or the attempt to place a policy within the admitted market share, the customer disclosure, the non-admitted policy, and then there's typically some additional reporting requirements. Renewals are not guaranteed, so we will need a set of new documents at each renewal for each policy. And some states do require additional licensing for the originating agent in order to write policies in the surplus lines or E&S markets. Some of the top classes of business that we have a lot of success with: general contractors, artisan contractors, vacant property, special events, excess commercial liability, E&O, commercial property, garage liability and garage keepers, lesser's risk, earthquake and earth movement. This particular product is only available in some selected states. Bars, restaurants, taverns, D&O, as well as surety bonds. This by no means is a comprehensive list of what our capabilities are. This is just what we see pretty often. When we're talking about applications, most applications can be found on our website, www.gogus.com. You're going to log in using your agency ID and password. Up at the top, there's applications and forms. It's a drop-down menu. You're going to choose a specific department, whether it be personal lines or commercial lines, and then choose your application. If you can't find what you're looking for, by all means, give us a call or shoot us an email. We're happy to help. We do offer some online quoting for select classes. This is not available in Alaska, Louisiana, or West Virginia. But what you're going to do, go to our website, log in using your agency ID code and password. You're going to click on the quoting tab up at the top, Internet Quoting. Again, it's that drop-down menu. You're going to click on the department and then pick the desired product. If you don't see what you're looking for in that drop-down menu, that typically means that we need paper applications for this particular risk, and we're unable to quote online. We also offer over-the-phone quoting. This is the exact same platform. So if you would prefer to speak directly to an underwriter rather than do everything online, you can call 888-875-5219. Again, unfortunately, this is not available in Alaska, Louisiana, or West Virginia. But here's a short list of some of the top classes that we offer for over-the-phone quoting. Again, not a comprehensive list, but just to kind of get you thinking in the realm of what's available to get over-the-phone quoting. When we're talking about filling out paper applications, what you're going to do, you're going to fill out the necessary applications, scan those in, email them to submissions@GUS.com. That goes directly to our processing department. We will input it into our system, assign the policy a submission number, that's your reference number, and then get it over to the correct department for our underwriters to work on your quote. An email confirmation will be sent directly to you, the agent, or the person of contact that you've listed on the application. This will tell you what department it went to as well as your submission number. Please remember when we're talking about surplus lines, quoting times vary by lines of business, the size of the account, how thorough the applications are, and then sometimes the market response. So we do our best to set those necessary expectations as far as reasonable turn time, but if you have questions about what to expect, by all means, don't hesitate to ask. If you need an update on, say you've submitted something, 1 or 2 business days ago, and you need an update, again, reach out to us. You can call us directly, 844-859-1766. Another thing to note is quotes are sent directly to the agent. We do not have direct contact with the insureds at all. So the quotes are only sent to you, the agent. So say we were able to get a quote for you and you've discussed with your insured, you've had all the necessary documents completed and signed, and you're ready to bind. So in that quote, we will list the binding requirements. Typically it's in section C. Depending on the particular type of policy it is, it might be listed elsewhere. However, our underwriters do tell you exactly what is needed in order to bind the policy. We'll list it out. If you have any questions, let us know. We also need proof of payment in order to bind a policy, and those instructions will also be listed. You're going to get all of these items, send it directly back to the underwriter, who will then work on binding your policy. A lot of times a diligent search letter is required. The specific state that the policy is written in or where you're located is the one who requires these diligent search letters. This just states, it gives the evidence that you've attempted to place the risk within an admitted market share. The DS forms can be found on our website. Typically our underwriters will put them in along with the quote. If your state requires you to list 3 admitted carriers, contact your regional office. They'll help you list those 3 carriers for you. There's also included Terrorism Risk Insurance Act, or a TRIA form. So under the Terrorism Risk Insurance Program Reauthorization Act of 2015, insureds have the right to purchase coverage for losses arising out of acts of terrorism. The form will be sent to you within the quote. You'll need to note each carrier has their own form and guidelines for acceptance or rejection. These forms do need to be completed. It needs to be either accepted or rejected and signed. Loss history. So this is documentation from a previous carrier outlining any previous losses or claims. Many of our carriers will base their rates on no known losses or known losses, and are thus required to to quote and are required prior to binding. Most often the case with the, you'll see these within the brokerage and transportation policies. If you have an insured who's maybe new in business or they don't have any losses, a no known loss letter will need to be provided. This is a letter from the insured confirming he or she is not aware or does not know of any incidences or occurrences of a possible loss leading up to binding. As far as payment goes, there are payment instructions on each quote, but we do need proof of payment in order to bind a policy. Those particular policies that qualify for financing, they have to have a minimum premium of $750 or higher in order to qualify for financing. In order for a down payment to be made, we need 27.5% of the pure premium plus all taxes and fees, including fully earned endorsements. Payments can be made online by logging into our website. You're going to click Policy Service tab, click Pay Online, and there's a drop-down menu. There are two options. There's a credit card option and an e-check option. You can also physically mail in a check to our P.O. box number. We do not take payment on over the phone. With financing, a financing will be agreement will be sent. It will be created and mailed to the agent after we receive the down payment. You're going to want to discuss the terms with the insured, sign the agreement, and return it to our office. As far as number of payments, it is determined by the length of the policy term. So an 11 or 12-month term, there'll be 9 consecutive monthly payments, 10-month term, 8 consecutive, 9 to 8-month term, 6 consecutive payments, and 6 to 7-month term, 4 consecutive payments. The first payment will be due 1 month after the policy effective date. It'll be billed to the insured by IFC, the financing company that we use, and the insured should receive the bill approximately 10 days before payment is due. As I said earlier, policies that have a pure premium less than $750 do not qualify for financing, as well as short-term policies under 6 months. Policies that are 100% fully earned also do not qualify for financing. After all the binding requirements are received, we will send your agency a confirmation of binding. Our typical timeline for delivery on policies is 30 days from the effective date. And then copies of the policy will be sent to your agency only by either mail or email, depending on what your preference is. It is you, the agent, responsibility to get a copy of the policy to the insured. When we're talking about endorsements and certificates, as far as endorsements, we always need that in writing. You can send your requests of the change to your underwriter directly or underwriting assistant. You can also request an endorsement by going to our website. Up at the top, there's endorsements and certificates and endorsement requests. Depending on the change, an endorsement may be subject to some additional premium. Same thing with certificates. Evidence only, mortgage, loss payee, additional insured. There may be additional premium depending on the certificate. And again, we always need those in writing. You can submit them directly to your underwriting assistant, or you can email the request to certs@gogus.com, or you can go to our website. A couple of different options for you there. Okay, here's something very important to understand about surplus lines policies. They do not automatically renew. So at the end of each policy term, about 20 to 40 days before the end of the policy term, you, the agent, will start getting renewal notices, letting you know this policy is set to expire on a specific date. We need the following documentation as well as a premium payment in order to continue with coverage. We do not contact the insured directly. We contact you, the agent. Renewal quotes or requests for renewal applications are sent directly to the agent to be presented to the insured. It is dependent on the type of policy as well as the carrier as to what documents are needed at time of renewal. We try to make it very easy and very clear what is needed. They look very similar to an original quote with a checklist for binding. We're listing everything that is needed. Once you've reviewed the renewal quote, and the insured wishes to bind, you'll need to request binding and provide all the documents that are required on or before the expiration date of the previous policy. The policy is issued after the request and payment is received. If we do not receive the request to bind and the payment and all the necessary documents, by the time the expiration date comes, the policy will just automatically expire and the insured will be left without coverage. If there's a need to cancel a policy, you need to send a written statement by the insured to the accounting department by fax or email. We do need the insured's signature. We need the effective date of the cancellation as well. Refunds on cancellations will be sent to either the insured or your agency, depending on the type of business involved. And backdated cancellations may require some sort of evidence, like a proof of sale or a copy of a replacement policy. Again, these are very dependent on the type of policy and the carrier. But if additional information is needed when you submit the cancellation request, our accounting department will notify you as to what is needed. If you're interested in continuing education, we really strive to be a source for you, the agents, to learn about new products, about systems, operations, etc. I give at least 5 different webinars each month. They're always listed on our monthly newsletter. If you don't get our newsletter, please reach out to us. We're happy to put you on our mailing list. They're designed to help further your knowledge, familiar yourself with our products, and ask any questions you may have in real time. We also send a series of email blasts throughout the year, just pertaining to really pretty much anything that's going on in the industry, whether it be product specific or did you know or upcoming events, etc. So keep an eye out for both of those. If you're not already appointed with Griffin Underwriting, you can go to our website. Down at the bottom right-hand corner, there's Get Appointed. You can also reach out to us directly, shoot us an email, newagent@gogus.com, or give us a call. We have an agency coordinator. She'd be happy to help you get appointed with Griffin Underwriting. We would love the opportunity to work with you. If you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to reach out to us or shoot us an email. If you're an Allstate agent, you can email us at csr@gogus.com. If you're a non-Allstate or independent agent, info@gogus.com. You can also call us. Again, my name is Carly Rom. I'm the marketing representative. I'm happy to help you in any way that I can as well. So reach out to me directly. You can email me, krom@gogus.com. Thank you so much for the time today, and we hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.